Dead America, Lowcountry Part 13. Written by Derek Slaton. Narrated by Aaron Smith. Chapter 1. Day 0 plus 24. The sun peeked into Tyrell's room, piercing the thin slats in the metal blinds. He begrudgingly pulled himself out of his cot on the classroom floor. "So much for sleeping in," he murmured, rubbing his eyes and shaking his head. 3 days had passed since they had arrived at the school in Hardyville. They'd stayed on high alert, rotating guard duty to make sure that nobody was coming to look for them. It meant little sleep, but so far the apocalypse in general had meant little sleep. He chuckled and shook his head, pulling on his shirt and heading for the door. He entered the hallway and leapt back as Hazel and Violet dashed by. "Tag!" Violet cried as she tapped Hazel's shoulder, and then reversed course, darting back down the hallway with her sister hot on her tail. Tyrell laughed, enjoying the sound of children's excitement in such difficult times. "Girls!" Abigail yelled from the next door down. "Watch where you're going! You almost hit that man!" The girls skidded to a stop and turned towards him, faces turning somber. "We're sorry," Violet said, and Hazel mumbled her own apology. Tyrell took one knee and offered a smile. "It's okay," he assured them. "You can run and have a good time. You practice up, because after I get to working today, I'll play some tag with you. That sound good?" Their eyes lit up, and they nodded furiously, bouncing up and down. "Okay, it's a date," he said, and got to his feet. "Carry on." Hazel reached over and poked Violet's shoulder. "Tag!" she shrieked, and then took off running with her sister squealing behind her. Tyrell chuckled and shook his head, walking over to Abigail, who was sitting in a chair in the doorway to her room. "I'm really sorry about that, Mr. Graham," she said, lacing her fingers together in her lap. He held up a hand. "Please, call me Tyrell," he said. "Okay, Tyrell," she replied with a soft smile, and then motioned to her 2 giggling daughters. "I'm sorry about them." Don't be," he assured her, waving her off. "They're just having some fun. I remember being young and having that kind of energy." She barked a laugh. "I think I'd need cocaine to hit their levels of energy," she retorted, rubbing her eyes. "Pretty sure they aren't arresting people for possession anymore," he joked. "So, you have at it." She laughed again, shaking her head. "Never into the hard stuff," she admitted. "But I would gut a man."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?